Unacademy Computer Science YouTube channel. So today in this session we are going to discuss the day 10 of Super 30 Days Free Course on IIIT Hyderabad PGEE exam, जिसमें कि आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क्स के सब्जेक्ट को और उसमें हम डिस्कस करेंगे आईपी एड्रेसिंग को। तो आप जानते हैं कि आईपी एड्रेसिंग कितना इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है, तो उसे हम आज डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। ओके, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट द सेशन। एक बार जल्दी से कंफर्म कर दें कि आपको ऑडिबिलिटी एंड विजिबिलिटी क्लियर है, सो दैट वी कैन स्टार्ट द क्लास विदाउट एनी डिले। तो एक बार काइंडली आप लोग कंफर्म करें अगर ऐसा कोई इशू आप फेस कर रहे हैं तो। ठीक है, चलिए हम सेशन को स्टार्ट करते हैं। तो सबसे पहले यहाँ पर मैंने कल टेलीग्राम चैनल पे जितने भी मतलब क्लासेस हुई हैं सबकी मतलब लगभग मैंने नोट्स आपको दे ही दिए हैं। तो अगर आपको इनकेस नोट्स नहीं मिले हैं तो आप इस टेलीग्राम पे जाइए, इस चैनल पे जाइए और सभी पीडीएफ नोट्स को डाउनलोड कर लें। इनफैक्ट आगे आने वाली पीडीएफ नोट्स भी आपको यहीं पे मिलने वाले हैं। ठीक है, तो आईपी एड्रेसिंग को हम स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं स्टूडेंट्स। अगर आपको सेशन पसंद आएगा तो काइंडली लाइक ज़रूर कीजिएगा सेशन को। और आई थिंक आपको पता होगा कि हमने एक प्लेलिस्ट बना दी है IIIT हैदराबाद PGEE एग्जाम की, जिसमें कि 30 डेज की जो भी क्लासेस है। देखो कभी कभी सैटरडे संडे जो होता है ना, अपना भी ऑफ टाइम होता है ना यार, तो सैटरडे संडे में क्लासेस लाइव नहीं लेती हूँ, तो वो जो क्लासेस होती होंगी वो वीडियो सेक्शन में जाता होगा। ठीक है, तो आपको करना क्या है कि जब भी सैटरडे संडे की क्लास होगी तो आपको वीडियो सेक्शन में जाना होगा। इतना अगर आपको नहीं करना है तो आप प्लेलिस्ट में जाओ, आपको सारे डेज के सीक्वेंस में मिल जाएंगे। वैसे इस सैटरडे का क्लास में लाइव लूंगी। गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन, गुड इवनिंग हरिकेश। सो प्लीज एवरीवन कमेंट कीजिए ताकि हम सेशन को स्टार्ट कर सके बिना किसी देरी के। ठीक है, चलो। IIIT हैदराबाद PGE एग्जाम का लास्ट डेट तो फिलअप करने का 1 अप्रैल था। इनकेस अगर वो एक्सटेंड हो गया होगा तो वो बात अलग है, बट मुझे जहाँ तक इन्फॉर्मेशन है उसका लास्ट डेट 1 अप्रैल था। आज हम आईपी एड्रेस को डिस्कस करेंगे कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क में। तो आईपी एड्रेस क्या होता है? तो आईपी एड्रेस बेसिकली एक 32 बिट का नंबर है। ठीक है, 32 बिट का बाइनरी नंबर होता है आईपी एड्रेस। आप इसको 32 बिट भी कह सकते हैं या फिर आप 32 बिट का बाइनरी नंबर या 4 बाइट का बाइनरी नंबर भी कह सकते हैं, बिकॉज एक बाइट होता है 8 बिट का, तो आप 32 बिट्स को बाइट्स में 4 बाइट कह सकते हो। आई डोंट नो, कुछ इशू चल रहा है, दैट्स व्हाई टैब वर्क नहीं कर रहा है। 1 सेकेंड, नाउ इट्स वर्किंग, यस। सो आईपी एड्रेसिंग में देखो, ये 32 बिट का आईपी एड्रेस है जिसमें कि कुछ बिट्स नेटवर्क आईडी को मिलती है, कुछ बिट्स होस्ट आईडी को मिलते हैं। नेटवर्क आईडी वो आईपी एड्रेस होता है जो नेटवर्क का होता है, जो यूनिकली आइडेंटिफाइड नेटवर्क को करता है। होस्ट आईडी आईपी एड्रेस होता है होस्ट का, मतलब कंप्यूटर का, जो यूनिकली आइडेंटिफाई करता है होस्ट को। ठीक है, तो एग्जाम्पल के लिए जैसे कि आप देख सकते हैं कि बाइनरी रिप्रेजेंटेशन का है आपका आईपी एड्रेस, और आप आईपी एड्रेस को डेसिमल रिप्रेजेंटेशन में भी कन्वर्ट कर सकते हो। जैसे कि ये बाइनरी नंबर है 1 का, ये है 160 का, ये 10 का बाइनरी है, ये 240 का बाइनरी है। तो दोनों ही तरीके से आईपी एड्रेस को आप रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हो। आईपी एड्रेस का जो क्लासिफिकेशन है वो 2 टाइप का है, एक क्लासफुल एड्रेसिंग, एक क्लासलेस एड्रेसिंग। क्लासलेस को हम क्लासलेस इंटर डोमेन राउटिंग भी कहते हैं। तो क्लासफुल में हम डिस्कस करेंगे ABCDE को। तो चलिए डिस्कस करते हैं। पहले हम क्लास ए को डिस्कस करेंगे। तो क्लास ए आईपी एड्रेस में 32 बिट का जो आईपी एड्रेस होता है उसको हम डिवाइड करते हैं 8 बिट्स के नेटवर्क आईडी में और 24 बिट्स के होस्ट आईडी में। तो 32 बिट्स का आईपी एड्रेस होता है, उसमें 8 बिट नेटवर्क आईडी होती है और 24 बिट की होस्ट आईडी होती है। और क्लास ए के जितने भी आईपी एड्रेस होते हैं वो 0 से स्टार्ट होते हैं, यानी कि जो लीडिंग बिट होती है क्लास ए आईपी एड्रेस की वो 0 होती है। तो आपसे 4-5 सवाल पूछे जा सकते हैं आईपी एड्रेस से रिलेटेड, और वो क्या है? तो पहला सवाल तो ये है कि यस, CIDR का मतलब होता है क्लासलेस एड्रेसिंग, मतलब कि क्लासलेस इंटर डोमेन राउटिंग, या फिर जिसको आप सुपर नेटिंग भी कह सकते हो। तो जब बहुत सारे छोटे छोटे नेटवर्क्स मिल करके एक बड़े से नेटवर्क को बनाते हैं, then that is called classless inter-domain routing. Okay, when small sub-networks are combined to make a larger super network, then this is not known as super netting, and super netting is the synonym for CIDR. Okay, so yes, class A we are going to discuss first. So in class A, we are 8 bits network ID, 24 bits host ID, combining which IP address 32-bit are produced. So in class A, total number के IP address कितने? So total number of IP address in class A is 2 की power the total number of bits possible due to IP address, that is 2 की power 31. Why 2 की power 31? Why not 2 की power 32? Because in class A, the IP address leading bit is 0, which is fixed. So out of 32 bit, 1 bit is fixed, so remaining 31 bit are there. So that is why 2 की power 31 will be the total number of IP address that is in class A. Okay. So there are 5 types of question that can be asked from every class A, B, C, D, E. First question is total number of IP address, total number of host, total number of networks, range, and the application. Okay. So in class A, total number of host, if you want to calculate the total number of hosts, the simple formula is 2 की power host ID bit minus 2. Now what is the host ID bit? 24. So 2 की power 24 minus 2. Now why we are subtracting 2 from the total number of hosts? So there is a rule. There is a rule, and the rule is in all the classes, total number of hosts that can be configured are 2 less. Why? Because when all the host ID bits are 0, that represents network ID. So this is reserved for representing the network ID. And when all the host ID bits are 1, that represents broadcast address. So this is reserved for representing broadcast address. Okay, and that is why we always subtract 2 from the total number of hosts in all the types of classes A, B, C, D, E. That is why the formula to calculate the total number of hosts is always 2 की power host ID minus 2. And in the class A, the host ID is 24, so the total number of hosts will be 2 की power 24 minus 2. Okay, now how to calculate the total number of networks? So total number of networks formula is 2 की power network ID minus 2. What is the network ID here? Since the leading bit 0 is fixed, so out of 8 bit we are left with 7 bit. So 2 की power 7 minus 2. Now why we are subtracting 2 from the total number of networks? Because in class A, the range is 0 to 127. But 0 is reserved and 127 is reserved. Since these two networks are reserved in class A only, that is why we are subtracting 2 from the total number of networks in class A only. Okay, so the range of class A is 0, 127, but 0 is reserved for broadcast addressing and 127 is reserved for loop back testing. Okay, so this is reserved for broadcast address and this is reserved for loop back testing. So that is why these two networks are reserved and that's why we are subtracting 2 from the total number of network. Now what is the use of class A? We use class A in very large size of networks like NASA, Pentagon, etc. Okay. So in class A, the total number of IP address available for network is 2 less. Why? Because this represents the broadcasting and this is reserved for this and this is reserved for loopback addressing. Now what is loopback test? So loopback test is a test that is used to determine whether the device is working or right or wrong. Okay, so to test the working of a particular device, we use loopback testing. I hope class A is clear. Now we are going to discuss the class B. So in class B, there are 16 bits for network ID and 16 bits for host ID, combining which IP address of 32-bit can be created. And the leading bit for class B is 10, that is always fixed. Now if you want to calculate the total number of IP address, then it will be 2 की power 30 bit. Why? Because these two bits are fixed out of 32 bits. See, and if you want to calculate the total number of hosts, that is 2 की power host ID minus 2 always. And what is the host ID bit is 16, so 2 की power 16 minus 2 will be the total number of hosts. If you want to calculate the total number of networks, then the formula is 2 की power network ID and that is 2 bits are fixed. So out of 16, only 14 bits will be used in network ID and this is the total number of networks in class B. Now why we are not subtracting 2 here? Because in class B, the range of IP address is 128 to 191 and out of these networks, no one is reserved. That is why we are not subtracting 2 from the total number of networks. Now, since the class A range is 0 to 127, out of which 0 is reserved, 127 is reserved. So the actual range for class A is this. Now, since the class A is ending on 127, the class B will start from 128, then it will go up to 191. So this is the range for class B. And class B is used in medium size of networks like IIIT, banks, etc. Okay. Now, no. In the case of class B network, there is no network reserved like was in class A. In class A, 0 and 127 were reserved, but in class B, 0 and 127 are not there and no other networks are reserved. Okay. So, no networks are reserved in the case of class B. Now, we are going to discuss class C. In class C, we have 24 bits network ID, 8 bits host ID, combining which IP address of 32 bit can be created. And the leading bit for class C is 110. So you can say that these bits are fixed. Now, if you want to calculate the total number of IP address, that will be 32 minus these 3 bit, that is 2 to the power 29. If you want to calculate the total number of hosts, that will be 2 to the power host ID minus 2. And what is the host ID bit? 8. So 2 to the power 8 minus 2 will be the total number of hosts. If you want to calculate the total number of networks, then 2 to the power network ID. What is the network ID here? 3 bits are fixed. So 21. 2 to the power 21. Now again in class C, we are not subtracting 2 from the total number of networks. Why? Because in the class C, networks are 192 to 223 in the range and no networks are reserved. So class A starts with 0 to 127, then class B 128 to 191, and class C, that's why starting from 192 and ending up to 223. In class C, we use small size network. We use class C for small size network like engineering colleges, small universities, small offices, etc. Okay, now we are going to discuss class D. So in class D, we have no subdivision for network ID and host ID. We cannot divide IP address into network ID and host ID, and since we cannot divide, so that's why we cannot calculate the total number of hosts. We cannot calculate the total number of network, because to calculate total number of hosts, we should have host ID. To calculate the total number of networks, we should have network ID, but we don't have these two things. That is why we cannot calculate total number of hosts, total number of network. But yes, we can calculate total number of IP address. And the total number of IP address will be, so in class D, the leading bit is 1110. So these 4 bits are fixed. So obviously 2 to the power 28 total number of IP address can be possible. Now what is the range? Since class C is ending on 223, class D will start from 224 and it will go up till 239. So this is the range for class D. And we use class D for multicasting. What is multicasting? Multicasting means you are going to deliver the message to a small group of interested people. Like in WhatsApp, we create a group, and in group we add some members who are interested to be in this group. So this is called multicasting, where we are sending messages to the interested group of people and not to all. So this is class D, which is reserved for multicasting purpose. And in multicasting purpose, we don't have the need to extract the host address or etc. So I hope this is clear to all of you. Now we are going to learn class C, that is the class E, that is the last type of classful addressing. So in class E again, we don't have the subdivision of host ID and network ID, and the starting leading bit is 4 times 1. So the total number of IP address that can be possible is 2 to the power 28. And since the range is ending on 239 for class D, class E will start from 240 and it will go up till 255. So this is the range for class E, and class E is reserved for the experimental purpose. And in experimental purpose, we don't need to extract host address from the available network. That is why there is no subdivision for host ID and network ID. And that's why we don't need to find the total number of network, total number of host, etc. So we have completed the classful addressing, and you can see the table also. This is very important table. So what is the difference between broadcast and multicast? Broadcast means you are going to send messages to all the people. But in multicasting, you send messages to only small group of people who are interested to receive your message. So this is the difference, basic difference between broadcasting and multicasting. Now we are going to learn the table, and we are going to revise everything that we have learned before. So we have total 5 types of addresses, students. In class A, we had discussed that the total number of IP addresses are 2 to the power 31. Then in class B, 2 to the power 30, class C, 2 to the power 29, and class DE, that is 2 to the power 28. So the leading bit for class A is 0, the leading bit for class B is 10, the leading bit for class C is 110, the leading bit for class D is 1110, and the leading bit for class E is 4 times 1. The range for class A is 1 to 126, 128 to 191 for class B, then 192 to 223 in class C, then 224 to 239 in class D, and 242 to 255 in class E. Okay, if you see any IP address that is beyond the range of 255, then this type of IP address is invalid, because we can have IP address in only the range of 0 to 255. Okay, so total number of networks host we have discussed already, and in class D and class E we don't have total number of networks or hosts, so that is why this is not defined, not defined, not defined. Now there is another very important thing, which is default subnet mask. What is default subnet mask? So this is also a 32-bit binary number, which is the collection of ones and zeros. In default subnet mask, we write first the collection of ones and then the collection of zeros. So how it can be calculated? So how we can calculate the default subnet mask for class A? As you know, in class A, we have 8 bits network ID and 24-bit host ID. So you just need to remember the number of network ID represent 1 and host ID represent zeros. So we have total 8 ones and 8 zeros. Okay, so I can show you in this slide. So in class A, we have network ID 8-bit and host ID 24-bit. And I told you what, network ID can be represented by ones, host ID can be represented by zeros. So there will be 8 ones and 24 zeros. So 8 ones and 24 zeros. So yes, if we can convert this binary number into decimal, then this will be the 255 binary, and this is obviously the binary of 255,000. So this is how we can calculate the default subnet mask for class A, and likewise for class B, we have total 16-bit network ID means 16 ones and 16-bit host ID means 16 zeros, and that's how we can calculate the default subnet mask for class B. In class C, we do have 24 bits network ID means 24 ones and 8-bit host ID, that's why 0. But we cannot calculate default subnet mask for class D and class E because we don't have host ID and network ID there. So this is how we have completed the classful addressing. Now these are the important notes. So the first note is all the hosts in a single network always have the same network ID but different host ID. Means if in a single network you have multiple computers, means multiple hosts. So in a single network A, all the computers will have the same network ID. Why? Because these all are contained in a same network. But yes, as they are different hosts, they do have different host ID. That is the first point. But yes, if there are two network A and B, and if there are a host, so it can be possible that the host ID for this host can be 1 and the host ID for this host can be 1. So there can be same host ID in different networks. That is the second point. Second point is also a single network interface can be associated with more than one IP address. Yes, so we can have more than one IP address, and there is no relationship between MAC address and IP address of a host. MAC address is the hardware address of the computer and IP address is the address of the computer in the network. So what is the IP address of the network? This is known as network ID. Okay. So network ID is nothing but the IP address of the network. Host ID is the IP address of the host. If you want to obtain the network ID, then you can set all the host ID bits to 0. It's very important to understand, since the total number of IP address range is 0 to 255 and class A range is 0 to 127. So class A network account for the half of the total available IP address, right? And the note number 6 is only those devices can have IP address which have network layer, like router. Router is a device on network layer, so router can have IP address, but switch, hub, repeater, they don't work in network layer, so they do not have any IP address. Okay, now this is very easy to understand, like how you can convert decimal to binary and binary to decimal fast. So this is very easy to understand, like you have binary number, if you want to convert this into decimal, then this one can be multiplied with 2 to the power 0, then 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3, and then you can sum all. This is how you can calculate and convert. And if you want to convert binary to decimal, you can just make sure that this is 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3. So you can see that only these ones are active. 2 to the power 1 will be active and 2 to the power 3 will be active. So 2 plus 8, this is nothing but the binary of 10. Now if you want to find the class of each address, it's very easy to solve them with the help of leading bit. If the leading bit is 0, then this is class A. If the leading bit is 110, then it is surely class C. If the leading bit is 10, then it is surely class B. If the leading bit is 4 ones, then it is surely class E. है ना? So we already discussed, in class A the leading bit is 0, in class B the leading bit is 10, in class C we have leading bit 110, in class D we have leading bit 1110, in class E we have leading bit 4 ones. Okay, so now the practice problem 2 is how to find the class of each address. So you already know that the range of class A is 0 to 127, class B is 128 to 191, class C is 192 to 223, in class D we have 224 to 239, in class E we have 442 to 55. So 227 lies in which range? Obviously class D, this is class D. 193, just see the first octet. 193 is lying in class C, 14 is lying in class A, and 252 is lying in class E, and 134 is lying in class B. So this is how we have calculated that which class they are belonging to. Now if you want to calculate the class, again you can use the same rule, right? Like the first octet, this is class A. The second option 227, you can comment yes, फटाफट से. You can comment that what is the answer for B and C, everyone. Now you need to find the network ID also. How to find the network ID of a particular IP address? Simple. You just need to logical AND IP address with the subnet mask, the default subnet mask. Now you can see this is class A. So the IP address 14.23.120.8, and you know the default subnet mask of class A is 255.0.0.0. Now just do the logical AND. So the decimal number which is with 255 will return itself, and the number with 0 will return 0. So this is the network ID for the option A, and this is how you can calculate for B and C also. Now this is very important question, like in class B address we have network ID 16-bit and host ID also 16-bit. But in the question it is written that instead of using 16-bit, if we use 20-bit, in the network part, how many class B networks would have been possible? Obviously, you are going to deduct some bits from network ID. How many bits you need to deduct it? 12 bits, right? That's how. Okay, so obviously, if you are using total 20 bits for the network ID of class B, C, network ID a 20-bit, but the leading bit of class B is 10, so 2 bits will be subtracted. Total 18 bits are there. Now total number of network will be 2 to the power 18. This is the answer. Now what is the default subnet mask of this? You can solve it yourself. And in classful addressing, the first 4 bits in class A IP address is what? Obviously the leading bit for class A is 0. and there is no option with leading bit 0. That is why the answer is none. Now the next question is, in the IPv4 addressing format, the total number of networks allowed under class C is what? So in class C, we have network ID and host ID. Network ID 24-bit and host ID 8-bit, right? So in class C, the leading bit is 110. So 21-bit only there, because we will subtract these 3-bit. For the network ID, total number of networks will be 2 ki power 21 will be the right answer. Now this is very important question to calculate the maximum host per subnet. So how to calculate the maximum host per subnet? This is simple, 2 ki power host ID minus 2. Now how to calculate the host ID? If you convert this number into binary, you will get 255 is 8 ones, 255 is 8 ones, and 240 binary is 4 ones, 4 zeros, and 0 binary is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so this each octet is of 8 bits. Now how many zeros we have? Total 12. That means the host ID bit will be 12 bits. Now we can put the value of host ID bit here. Now what is the value? 4096. 2 ki power 12 is 4096 minus 2, that is 4094. So the right answer is 4094. Okay. Now this is the next question, which is very important. Like the subnet mask is given and you need to find out the pair of IP address that could belong to this network. It's very simple. You can see the first two octets of this subnet mask is 255, 255. That means the first two octets of both the IP address should be the same. But in the option A, the first two octets are not same. This is 57, this is 56. That's why it will be eliminated. The first two octets are same here. The first two octets are different here. That is why this can be eliminated. And the first two octets are same here. Now you need to find out which one is right, B or D. Now let's discuss B first. 10.35.20.2. Okay. So you can just logical AND this IP address with the given subnet mask. So let's find out. So you will see the number with 255 will be returned as it is, and the number with 0 will return 0 itself. Now what is the binary of 28? So 28 binary is what? 16, 4, 16, 8, 4. Okay. Make active 16, 8, 4, because summing them you will get 28. So 2 ki power 0, 2 ki power 1, 2 ki power 2 is 4, 2 ki power 3 is 8, 2 ki power 4 is 16. So this is the binary of 28. And now what is the binary of 31? So just make active 16, 8, 4, 2 and 1. You will get 31 also. 2 ki power 0, 1, 2 ki power 1, 1. All are 1. Now just make them logical AND. In logical AND, if you are getting both ones, then only the result will be 1. But if you are getting 1, 0, then you will be like 0. So this is what this is the binary of 28. So it will return 28. So you can see that the network ID for the first IP address in the second option is this. Now you need to calculate the same thing for the second IP address also in option B. So yes, how to calculate? In the second option, this next IP address 35294, same subnet mask you will take again, and you can see the number with 255 will return itself and the number with 0 will return 0. Now what is the binary of 29? So 16, 4, 8 and 1, sum is 29. So make them active. 2 ki power 0, 1, 2 ki power 1, 2, 0, 2 ki power 2, 1, 2 ki power 3, 1, 2 ki power 4, 1. Yes, so this is the binary of 29. What is the binary of 31? So add 2, you will get 31 also. 2 ki power 0, 2 ki power 1, all will 1, right? Now logical and both ones, yes 1, 1 0, no 0. So yes, this is the binary of 29. You can see that we are getting different network ID. We are getting different network ID. That means that these two IP address could not belong to this network. And that's why this will be eliminated and the right answer will be option D. Okay. Now the next type of question is, an organization has a class B network. Okay. And wishes to form subnet of 64 departments. Now what is the subnet mask would be? That's a very simple type of question. You just need to calculate the number of subnets. In this question, you can see that there are 0 number of subnets. Now what is subnet? Subnet ID bits are the bits that comes with the collection of ones and zeros. So the ones with zeros are subnet ID bit. Okay. So if you convert option B into binary, you will get 1, 8 ones, 8 ones. And what is the binary of 64? The 64 binary is 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0. This is 2 to the power 6, 64. And what is the binary of 128 is 1, okay, and 0, 0, 0. So in option B, you can see that there are no 6, because according to the question, the subnet ID bit is log 64, that is 6 bit. Because there are no 6 ones with zeros, that is why option B will be eliminated. Again, if you calculate with option C, 128 binary is 1, and obviously again no. But in 252, the binary of 252 is what? What is the binary of 252? That is 6 ones and 2 zeros. So this will be correct. Option D. Because in option D, we are getting 6 ones with zeros. And the ones that come with zeros, these are subnet ID bits. We need 6 bits subnet ID. So yes, we have 6 ones with zeros. That's why option D will be the correct answer. That is the answer. So we have discussed the classful addressing and we have solved total 10 practice problems that are very important for your exam. And this is how we have completed our session. I hope you liked it. Please like, share and subscribe this class. Please share this class to the maximum learners who are preparing for this exam so that they can get the benefit of it. And let's end the session. Okay, first ending this session, I just want to tell you that if you want to prepare for GATE exam, then you can subscribe Unacademy GATE 1 year plus subscription, which is currently available at 11,999. This is the lowest cost ever on Unacademy for GATE CSIT preparation. But at this cost, you are going to prepare not only for GATE CSIT, but you are going to prepare for GATE data science, for placement also. Just make sure that you use the referral code HelloSonu01 to get the discount, and this offer is only valid till 14th of April. Also, if you want to go for iconic subscription, then 1 year iconic subscription is available at 17,999. Again, the lowest cost ever for iconic subscription. Again, you can use this referral code and subscribe it. If you use this referral code, you will not only get discount but also my support, my personal support. Also, you will be added to my WhatsApp groups, which are very important for daily practice problem. But if you use another code, you will lose the practice problems. Okay, you can also go for 2 years plus subscription. If you are preparing for GATE 2025, go for 1 year plus or 1 year iconic. If you are preparing for GATE 2026, go for 24-month subscription, and the cost is 20,000 for plus and 26,000 for iconic. Now, we have started new batches for GATE CSIT, and from 30th March, so I have started C programming complete course. You can daily join live. It is daily live at 7:45 p.m. This is very, a new course, so you can join now also. And if you're preparing for GATE data science and AI, this batch is started from 30th March again, and we have started Python programming daily live at 12 p.m. If you want to join the mission batch for placement, we have started from 30th March. You can join us daily live on Python and C programming. So these are my courses which are ongoing on Unacademy Plus: C programming, complete course on C programming, operating system, Python and DBMS. Also, we have started GATE Pariksha data science AI test series. So you can join this also, right? So yes, I would like to tell you how to subscribe Unacademy with this offer so that you don't have to worry about this. So let me show you how to subscribe. If there is any doubt, please let me know, students, in today's class. Yes, you can see this is unacademy.com. We have selected the goal GATE CSIT and the subscription plan, and we have used the referral code HelloSonu01. This referral code will give you discount, will give you my personal guidance, and will give you a chance to get added to my WhatsApp groups for every subject so that you can get the daily practice problem also. So you can see that in this price, you are going to prepare for GATE CSIT, you are going to prepare for data science and AI, You are going to prepare for placements also. One subscription, all the things you are going to cover. If you want to go for plus subscription, you can see that Gate 1 year plus subscription at rupees 11,999 only valid till 14th April. So if you are preparing for GATE 2025, then you can go for the 12 months. If you are preparing for GATE 2026, then you can go for 2 years. Just if you want 1 year plus, proceed to pay, and you can see the discounts you are getting. So you are getting, this is the total cost 24,000 for 1 year plus. But after applying this discount code, that is Hello Sonu 01, you are getting this at only 12,000. Okay, at only 12,000. So you can definitely go and subscribe now so that you can join my every course which is going daily